once you've clicked create an account, you will be taken to an introduction page. With this page, the best thing to do is just go ahead and click show me my account. This will log you in, as you can see, into your email account. Now, what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to sign out and show you how to log in without that page, because that page will only show up one time, the welcome page. So I'm going to hit sign out, and I'm actually going to go back to google.com to show you how to get to the sign in. So on google.com, again, you can at the top select Gmail, and to the side it says sign in to Gmail with your Gmail account. Just put in your username and your password. And again, don't forget about the remember me on this computer option. If you're on a public computer in the lodge or at a library or your place of business, you would want to deselect that. You would not want that option. However, I am at my home computer, so I'm going to keep it checked, remember me on this computer. I click sign in, and it takes me to my Gmail page. As you can see, it's a very clean page. It has multiple features that I'm going to show you. At the top here is a search bar. You can search your mail, which is a very good option. If you have a lot of email saved, it can very quickly bring up what you're looking for. Or you could select the search the web, which is the same as just going to google.com and putting in keywords to find a website. So it's a very good option, search option. Now, as you can see to the left side, we have a menu, inbox, starred, chat, etc. For these tutorials, really all we're going to care about is the inbox material and the composed mail. Now, if you select inbox, no matter where you're at, it will take you to the mail that you have received. Now, notice that by default, you receive an email from Gmail itself. So if I left click, the email will come up and I can read. Now notice that there are options within this email that you can archive, you can report it as spam. So if you get an email from some company you've never heard of, or something's going on that that you get an email you don't want to do, you can click report spam right here, and it'll take it to your spam box, which you could access from the menu here to the left. So it doesn't bother you when you're looking at your emails. You don't have to worry about those things. There's a move to option that you can move to various things, the trash for example, and labels and more actions that we're not going to get into with this posting. So now that I've read it, I can go back to my inbox, and I purposely didn't delete it to show you that it will stay in your inbox unless you archive it, trash it, or you place it in a folder. Now you can organize your emails using folders, but what Google Mail uses instead of folders is something called labels, and it works exactly like a folder, except it's a little more powerful because you can have an email be placed in multiple labels. So perhaps you have an email marked in a label Masonic Technology. You have it also marked as video uploads, for example. And no matter what you're looking for, if you click on that label, either one of those labels, it'll take you to the email. Now, let me show you how to compose a message. If you compose mail, select compose mail. Again, a very simple box or window comes up, and in the to, you would write or type your email address that you're sending it to. And let's say that I was sending an email to myself. You can also add care to. So for example, if you were sending an email message to Masonic Technology, but you also wanted to send it a carbon copy to someone else, then you can do that as well. So if I send this to myself, this is not a real email from me, but I'm just going to use it as an example. You then have a subject box to write your subject. This is a test of Gmail. Now, as you become more advanced as a user, you do have the option to attach a file. So maybe you have a picture or a Word document or something similar that you would like to send to the person that you're emailing. You would use this selection. But again, for this basic tutorial, we're not going to go into those functions. Below the attached file, you see various things that you can use: bold, italics, underline. These things should look very familiar to you if you've ever used Microsoft Word or any other word processing software. Now, in geek language, these are called WYSIWYGs. What you see is what you get. So I can type whatever I want in the box, and if I highlight or whatever I want to do ahead of time, I can bold, I can change the text color to whatever I want. So this gives you a formatting ability. Now, you don't have to format your text. You can just type your message. It's very straightforward. It would just be a white background with black lettering, which is absolutely acceptable. Now, when you're finished with your email, at the bottom, please notice that it says Draft Auto Saved. A really good feature about Gmail is that it will automatically save your work, just in case something happens and you lose internet connection, or your computer freezes up on you, or all the wonderful things that could happen with technology, which is a really good feature. Now, you see that we have the option to send. If I hit the send button, it'll now send it to the email address that I put in the to form, and then in this case I also had a carbon copy, a CC, so it would go to that email address. You can save it, and if you select the Save Now, then it'll be put in your Save folder, and you can come back to it. So maybe you want to add and subtract things over the course of a couple days, or something happens and your son or daughter or wife or whomever needs your attention immediately. You can save it, you can go do what you need to do, and you can come back. Or you can discard it if you decide, I was just really needed to vent. The Worshipful Master had us do something in Lodge that I felt wasn't appropriate, and so I type up an email with my displeasure and my thoughts on this, and I realized that as a good Mason that perhaps I should rethink that. If you hit the discard button, what happens is, you'll notice, and I went ahead and discarded mine, it says your message has been discarded. So it's basically like a delete. Now, I do have the option to undo the discard just in case you accidentally hit it. And that's another great feature about Gmail. Don't be afraid to play around with the options. Don't be afraid to play with the settings and the various things, because for the most part it's kind of dummy proof. It's easy to be able to do. Now, if I had sent that email, I could select Send Email or Sent Mail here from the menu and see the things that I've sent. So these are great options, and as I said, I just wanted to do a very basic tutorial of how to register, how to log in, and how to use the basic features of Gmail. And perhaps if there's a desire or a need, we will go into the more specifics and of Gmail to see the higher level functions, the settings, and the chat features, etc. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and it's been useful for you. And if you have any questions, please comment and let us know, or any ideas for what we can do next in Masonic Technology. We're here to help you. So this is Shane Stevens saying have a good day, and I will see you next week.